Hi, this is Chirag Todi. You're with me on Vh1 Pop Curry Rice. I would say my sound is eclectic. It's fresh. It has influences from diverse genres and eras, from old school to modern sounds. And I believe that's what makes my music unique. I started off by listening to the modern pop songs and then went to a spiral of jazz, funk, like all the old school genres. And that gave me a sense of the depth in musicality as well as the modern production sound sense. And that's how I've arrived at this fresh, eclectic sound. That song would be Desire. That was my debut release as a solo artist. And I released this during the first lockdown. And that gave me a sense of freedom and flexibility to work with artists across the globe remotely, because I was no more restricted to my city and offline music creation process. And so that song in fact got the best response so far out of all my releases, and that's really special to me. So some of my favorite artists from the Indian music scene are Thermal Underwater, Tejas Menon, and Black Star Blues. I love the music because they're all completely live, they're very innovative and they're great songwriters and performers. I have a personal preference for live music as opposed to pre-recorded music. And and I love these artists because they have set an example in India for live instrumentalists to look up to. I would probably go to the 1970s. It was the golden age of rock, and being a guitarist, I feel like that was the best time to be a guitarist, because that's when electric guitar started being started shining amongst great artists like Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, Jimi Hendrix, and I feel like that was the time where that would probably be the time I would be in. Yeah, so I usually get nervous before every performance, and I usually try to first calm myself down and not think too much about the music. I just take in deep breaths and I try to convince myself that we're all here to have a great time, the audience, the musicians, and I feel like if the performer is having a great time, that reflects, the energy reflects and spreads across the stage. Yeah. So being a resident of Gujarat in Ahmedabad, I have attended Garbas quite often every year. And I feel like that would be a cool space for me to try out my music, because I see that happening around me, and there's so many enthusiasts. And my music is very different from that space, but I feel like that is something I would really like to try out, with a full band incorporating all the Western elements along with the folk beats. And I think that is something people would enjoy, and I would love to try that out. So I'm actually very grateful to the schoolings that I've got and the parenting. My mother has given me a lot of freedom to pursue whatever I wanted, and even my school environments have nurtured my passion, and that's what actually helped me to take unconventional career paths and not follow the typical journey as a professional. I would have been probably a marathon runner, because I was in a boarding school in Ooty called Lawrence, and I used to love doing cross countries there every morning, and that gave me that desire to keep running more and pushing my boundaries, and I would have probably pursued that if not for music. I would say that explore whatever comes your way. Pick up every gig, every collaboration opportunity, because there are a lot of things happening across the globe. And I feel like restricting yourself to a particular style or a style of gig really restricts your growth. And I feel like you should be open to whatever comes your way.